Right. Who wants to do this one? Who wants to do this? You want to come up and do it?
Oh, I don't know how to do it. I was saying.
Oh, no, yeah. All right. Here we go. So, I'll just take this picture. My camera. My camera.
Munoz, are you missing a piece of paper?
The scratch paper.
Oh, cool.
I just needed one. Karma, yeah. Okay.
Karma, or do you mean coincidence?
No, she's been good. She's been doing great. So it's like, I don't know. God has rewarded with an extra slice of paper. Yes, I take a slice. So Joshi, in this case, we already know what what x is supposed to be, right? X is supposed to be a -6. So when this happens, it actually makes these problems easy for you because x is simply -6. So if I look at f, that is -6 plus 3, correct?
Yeah.
Which makes it just -3. Going over to g of x, that is going to be -6 squared minus a -6. Well, -6 squared is simply 36. And then a negative times a negative makes a positive, right? So that's +6, which ends up being 42. Now, what they want me to do is take f and add g to that. Well, here's f plus g should give me
I
math.
did this before.
I don't understand why though. Why did you do the things you did?
Wait, didn't we do this
It's
before?
called plugging in.
I'm really confused.
Okay, stop. Hold on. They're saying plug into x, -6. That's an x right there. What did it become? Because that's what it said. I just cleaned it up. There's f. And then I did the same thing over here. So here's x squared. Josh?
Yeah.
Thank you. And then I just did the same thing over on the other side here. So, now, I'm throwing up some air quotes because you can't see them on the recording. That's the easy way to do it. But what you can also do is combine the two. And I'll show you how to do that as well, okay? Yes. This was last week. No, this was,
Yeah, that was.
well, the week before. Now, here's the other thing you could have done, okay? They want us to take the function f, add it to g. F is x plus 3, correct?
Okay, yeah, this is what they did in our question.
Right. So this is a little bit harder, but you still need to know how to do this, okay? So go ahead. Don't let her answer herself. Should be okay. So this is f, right? Which is x plus 3. And then g is x squared minus x. We're cool? This is the red is f and the green is g. Do you see that, Mireya? And I'm supposed to add them because it says plus right there. Do you see it? In the problem right there? Okay, just keep going, or yes, I understand.
Okay, just keep going, but we don't really understand what we're trying to
Okay,
That makes sense.
f of x is x plus 3. The f function, no, that's not. I'm not talking to you right now. Thank you, though. Do you want to try and explain it? Maybe I'm not saying it correctly.
No, go ahead.
So f of x is x plus 3, right? Mireya?
Yeah.
And they want me to take f, well, f is x plus 3, and I have it in red here, but I'm going to do it in green now. That's x plus 3, right? That's horrible. Let me, x plus 3. And I need to add to that, see right there, it says plus, the g function. The g function is over here, and the g function is x minus 2. Do you see that? So I'm going to add to that x squared Oh, sorry, minus x. So this is f right here in green, and in blue is g. I'm not doing anything. All I'm doing is setting them up. It's this function plus that function. Okay? Now, let's add up the like terms. X squared, because there's no other x squares, right? Now I have an x here, and I want to add to that a negative x. What's x plus a negative x? It's 0, right? And then I'm going to add 3 to that.
So how'd you get 39 doing it the first way, but x squared plus 3?
Hold on. It's two methods, different ways to skin a cat. Remember that? Now, what do they want us to plug in for x? Negative 6. So if I put in a negative 6 in here, and I square that and add 3 to that, so I square that, what's negative 6 squared? 36 plus 3. So, two different ways, you'll get the same thing. The bottom could be easier. It just depends on how you see things. Whichever one you like. Cool? Jared?
This is 6. And then he does f plus g. So it gives me plus 42. Oh.
It depends what problem. It depends on the problem. Sometimes you need the 8 iron, and sometimes you just need the putter.
It's the quadratic
2
equation.
minus 2 is 0.
Yeah, I don't know what you said. Yeah?
One problem, yes.
Say that one more time.
If you're like number 4 or 5, there's one where you have to take both equations and
Awesome. 4 and 5. So let's go to 4.
it goes somewhere around there.
Okay, I'll look for it. It's a division one you said?
Yeah. That one.
Okay, this one. Let's do it.
I feel like I'm so far away. I know.
Okay, this one's a little interesting. Actually, this one's a lot interesting. Let me actually try to make this a little bit bigger. So that expression up here is called the difference quotient. And what they want us to do is to do this with this right here. Okay? So, I want you to notice in the numerator, they have f of x, don't they? And there's f of x. But they also have f of x plus h, correct? Do we know what f of x plus h is? Not yet, but I'm going to write it right here. F of, that's a horrible x. F of x plus h. Let me ask you this question. Actually, turn to your neighbor and tell them, what does it mean to put in x plus h? What's going to happen to the problem? Tell your neighbor. Wake him up.
The one time he's like,
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
So this says So is it x? Is it just x now? Now it's right. Okay. Here's f of x plus h. Negative 2 times x. Well, what does x become now? X plus h. And what do I have to do with that? Square it. Plus 6 times x plus h. And then finally I get plus, I'll put plus 10 right here. So there's the function right there. There's the 2. All that happened was all the x's became x plus h. Because that's what we're trading in now. You see it? So it'll look nicer here. So it starts off with 2 times x plus h quantity squared. Sorry, minus 2, thank you. Plus 6 x plus h plus 10. And then finally we leave that one alone because we're not doing anything with it, but we are subtracting it, which means it's going to change a lot of those signs, isn't it? So negative 2x squared plus 6x plus 10, and that is all over h. Ever see that? Okay, let's clean it up. I'm going to have to square this out, aren't I? So I've got negative 2x. Let's do this real quick. Let's go negative 2 times x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 6x plus 6h plus 10. Right? Someone double check that for me. That should be h. 6h plus 10. What the heck am I doing? And then I've got plus 2x squared minus 6x minus 10. And that's all over h. Uncle with that? Alright. Let's expand the numerator. Don't like that. Expand the numerator. So here I've got negative 2x squared, negative 4xh, and I've got negative 2h squared plus 6x plus 6h plus 10 plus 2x squared minus 6x minus 10 all over h. Right? Alright, now let's clean it up. Because I'm seeing that this and this are opposites, right? They make 0, yeah. They add up to 0. 6x and negative 6x? Plus 10 minus 10? Nice. Plus 10 minus 10? Anything else? No? So let's see let me clean it up a little bit. So it looks like I've got negative 2h squared minus 4xh plus 6h. Am I missing anything? Where? Oh, the one at the bottom, all over h? Alright, let's see here. I could factor out h, couldn't I? I could do that. So if I factored h out, I would have negative 2h minus 4x plus 6 over h, and then h and h make 1. So I would have that. And I think I want to do this. I want to write it as negative 4x plus 6 minus 2h. Where did I get square from? I don't know. I probably made it up. I think I did. Yeah, I just invented that. Cool. Yeah, very cool. Let me Rewrite it. What was it? Plus
4x.
plus 6 minus 2h.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Sweet. Huh? No? I don't know if I want to spoil the... No, I'm not.
No
Your
spoiler.
calculus teacher would be very pissed off at me.
No, just do it. You already
No,
started it.
once you do this a couple times on your own, and you can show me that you can do this, I will show you what I'm talking about. Because there's a super shortcut that you will be doing. Yes.
Math way.
No.
Can you just tell us now?
Why are you gonna make us struggle?
Yeah.
No, because I want you to think about it.
It's honestly easy.
It's not about struggling, sir.
That's just basic math.
I'm sorry. Because I saw you volunteering to come do it.
I did.
Alright, let's move on to the next one. Let me actually punch that in there real quick. What was it?
4x.
4x.
Negative
Oh.
4x. Oh.
Negative 4x plus 6
Minus
minus 2h. Woo!
That was loud. Next.
Ew, you look so happy.
Because this is pre-calculus right here.
What did
This is what you're going to be doing. This is what you will spend the majority of your time doing. This difference quotient.
What did you do?
Like
while
quarter
you were
one.
gone?
Huh?
What did you do while you were gone?
Don't remind me.
Oh.
That was good stuff.
Obviously not.
It.
Okay. This one also? Was there any questions on the last one? That one wasn't so bad, right? It's kind of like Josh said. It is just a little bit of basic math. Just a lot of it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. How about this one?
Just do it.
No, I want to spend the time on the ones you really need to know how. So do you really want me to do this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool beans. So this one says find fog and then goth. Well, fog is just a fancy way of saying f of g. So I need to start off. If I'm going to do fog, if I'm going to write fog, I'm going to start with the main function. And the main function is that first letter, which is f. And f is 4x squared minus 3, right? So I need to plug in the g function to that because it's f of g. So I'm going to rewrite this. And the only place to put something in is that x spot. So that x becomes a parenthesis. And what goes inside of there is the g function. And the g function happens to be 8 over x. Excuse me. So, 8 squared is 64? Yeah?
Yeah.
And then x squared is just x squared minus 3. And then 4 64s would be a 120 plus 16, so 136.
How'd you get 136?
No, that's wrong, completely wrong. 240 plus 16, so 256. Thank you. So 256 over x squared minus 3. That's it. They might not like it. 256 divided by x squared. Why say e-text? Bro, I can't read that. Okay.
It's fine.
Minus 3. There you go. But yeah, I just punched this in there somehow. Questions from anybody here?
No.
Okay. Okay. Oh, it just didn't go away. Okay. Oh, because there's a second part. Okay. I see why. Let me erase this. This is weird. Go away. Alright, now this one is different because it's saying my main function this time is the g function. So I'm going to write the g function, which is 8 over x. Well, the only place to plug something in is that denominator, right? So guess what goes in the denominator?
4x squared minus 3.
Absolutely. 4x squared minus 3. And that's it. That's Goff right there. 8 divide
I think there's 2 more parts.
4. Oops. 4x squared minus 3. Man!
There's more.
There's 3 parts.
But wait, there's more. Alright, so domain. Let's look at the first one. The domain on the first one says fog. And it happens to be that x, the denominator does have a variable in it, which is x squared. So let me stop and think. What would make that 0?
0.
The only thing that would make that 0 is if I put a 0 there, right? And 0 squared is still 0, so I could be anything except for 0, which looks like it's option C, right? From negative infinity all the way up to 0. I'm not included because I'm using a... What symbol am I using there to say that I'm not part of that? Parenthesis. Right? That means not equal to? Just means greater than? Okay. So, do we agree here? Alberto? Okay. Here's the next one. What's the domain of Goff? Kyle? You're saying B?
Yeah.
Who? Anybody want to back him there? Go forward. I will back B. He's saying he's. Oh, sorry, that was Shakespeare. He said domain was B. Anybody have a different opinion about that one? You think it's C? For what it's worth, I was with you, Kyle. Let's see what they say. Here was the idea, my first thought, was I could plug any number in there, it doesn't matter, because even if it was 0, it would end up being negative 3, right? Kind of. So, the question is, what would actually make this piece be 3? Because then 3 minus 3 would make the whole thing 0. So yeah, there is a chance of that, right? So we would have to figure out what that is, and it turns out it is something not so nice. Something red. But just be careful there, okay? Take that whole thing, solve it, set it equal to 0, and then figure out what does make it 0, okay? All right, cool beans. Oh, that was more. Like, this is worse than statistics. In stats, they have one problem, and it's got 15 parts to it. I'm not lying. Like, go ask them. It's like, I only gave you five questions for homework, so you guys aren't getting good math. Like, yeah, right, you did it on purpose. It was one that was like 25 parts or something. All right, cool. Anybody need this one? Is that a nodding yes? Yes, you do want this one, or?
No.
Oh yes, I got this. What is this?
2. Those.
Raina? It's 2? Why is it 2? Shh, let me hear this. Because you add 4 plus 2? Where did you get 2 from? I need someone to explain this one to me.
Honestly, I
Bonus
guess.
questions, how she can go to view.
No, I don't want to do that. Because when I said anybody need this one, everyone said, "Nah, I'm good." So I'm gonna pull the dojo. Where's my dojo? Where's my dojo? Let's go to the dojo. So I might call you. Get ready to respond. No. You know what? That's one thing that I don't know why I stopped doing this. Joshie, did I have you when I didn't let people not back out?
Not back out, what do you mean?
When I called you, you had to answer something.
Oh, we were like,
You guys were my guinea pigs for a lot of things.
Yeah.
I loved it.
you just let us fail, and then once we failed, you said, okay,
Here we go. Jacob, you got lucky. How do you do that? I'm not sure, but there's 1 minute right now. I'm going to set the clock. And somebody in here has the answer. Somebody needs to find that person, and everyone needs to figure out, because I'm gonna reshift this. Everybody needs to know. Where's my timer? Here it is. Let's go. Is there an arrow here? 4?
One of the monsters ugly.
How do you change this? I might just like not. Is it idiot proof?
Backspace.
Type of number.
Yeah, try that.
Just hit start, and then when you want it to stop.
Yeah, wait until it gets to 4.
Reset. Reset.
You should be able to set it for
Just push
something.
forward. Just push forward.
No, it's.
Ah!
I literally just.
Here.
Oh!
42.
Oh, 2. 2 minutes.
That's the answer.
Alright, you have to get up and move around and talk to somebody. Thank you. I was sleeping on the job.
Yeah, why?
Turn to your neighbor, see if they know. If they don't, then find some other neighbor.
who's got the answer?
Go to the X value.
I can't see it, can you like, make it bigger?
It's some of mine can. Except they're not people, they're called gnomes.
Okay, so you go to.
Huh.
Are you talking about the ground?
Yeah, the graph.
Okay, we're doing it too. Oh, 4. Okay. I still don't think that's 3. Okay, okay.
Mira, pónganse a chismear ustedes dos.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Isn't that Cheerios? Oh, but that's bomb. That's the greatest snack. I was gonna go do that. If you need to take your tech break right now too, I suggest you do.
Honestly, the worst concert
Hey, it didn't even beep or anything. Yeah, what did it do? I didn't hear it. Okay, I'll give you your 1 minute for your tech break, and then I'm gonna call somebody. Watch the children.
Oh, the other.
No, my children. I took them to the park. So that was kind of funny though because I saw in the news that they made a mistake for the best film, and then Steve Harvey tweeted out, "Hey, I can help you get past this." I'm like, that's funny. And she made a mistake. He made a mistake also on the Miss America thing. You know, so that was gotta be devastating too.
They were all celebrating. Their whole cast was up there.
Poor thing. And then they said, "Oh, it's not us, not bad."
And then the guy, he was like, I have no problem handing this over to my friends. And everyone was like, oh.
It's all good. All right, go ahead, put your phones away now. Time's up. Put them upside down. Let them go. You can do it. Huh? No, you had time to go ask somebody if you weren't sure. So here we go.
It's not like something.
No, I'm gonna recall. I'm gonna recall this. So here it goes.
Full class.
Jared Jordan, come on down. The price is right.
Have to go up there?
Yes, please. Come school us, my friend. That's why it was all soft. He had it on the mic.
Do I need Rob's board?
The sub had headphones in.
And it was playing out of the speakers.
Yeah.
And he was yelling at us.
El
and we were
Munoz.
just looking at him.
I won't let him
People
pull
are
up the
trying to
thing.
learn.
Okay, so. Oh, there's ink on there. That works. Better. So he's like, okay, because.
Alright, so since it says
F of 4.
F of 4, the value would be on the X coordinate right here. And just go up and be at 2.
Tell them.
How'd you get that, Joe?
Yeah, Jared.
Because
Did you not hear me the first time? Go ahead, tell us.
F of 4 equals to the X coordinate of 4. You know what I mean? You get it, Alyssa? I feel like you don't.
So dead. Jared always picks on me like that.
I love it.
Okay. Because I read the reviews on it.
Alright. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Whoever has like the number right here, whatever this is, it's just the X coordinate. You just go up, and the Y coordinate will be whatever number it's on. And that's 2. You just do it for the same one.
Okay. Okay, my bad.
So proud.
Yes. That's only half the problem.
I know. And
Go
due
ahead.
to the
Go ahead, touch. But you gotta put the marker down though, because you're gonna write.
oh, you just do it to the same one right here. 0. And so you just add those up. Yeah.
Oh, wow, Jared. Did you really?
I'm afraid for my job now.
Wait, I didn't bring a
Okay, so here's what Jared said.
How would he say it?
Right, so let me say it one more time real quick. Because this is f of 4, that means that x becomes a 4. So on the x, I go 1, 2, 3, there's 4. So when x is 4, what's the value of y? Well, I go up to find that value, don't I? The point is there, which means that the value is 2. So f of 4 is 2. Okay? So, I did the same thing. Okay? So I know that f of 4 is 2. Going over to the next one, if I go over to g of 4, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the value of the point there? 0. So what's 2 plus 0? Math.
2 plus 0 is
Yes. See? Said fantastic. Okay.
We have so much work on this.
We have what?
I was talking to myself.
How about this? You need help on this one?
We can't help you there.
Okay. So, you remember how I did where you said, oh, I like the second way easier? Do you remember that?
What?
The first problem that I did, and a lot of you guys said, oh, I like the second way easier.
Oh yeah.
It's the second way better because it's easier. Well, if you understood what I did the first time, because that's what you actually have to do here. Okay? What's happening to both of these functions? Yeah, we're plugging 3 into it, right? So I need to find f of g of 3. Holy smokes. So, oh, g of f, my bad, thank you. So we're going to find, go ahead.
Don't you do f of 3 first, and then you get that coordinate, and then or do you get
It goes into the other one. Okay? So, let's see here. Let's start here with f. We've got 3, right? So where's x3? 1, 2, 3. We get a value of -1. And then we're going to go over here. Where's -1 at? 2? 2? This is a math survivor business right here. This is like, get this number to give you that number so you can hook it up in this number, and then it'll produce that number. Okay, you guys ready to try that? Or, sorry.
A shortcut?
What are you?
Well, I was thinking of how to get a response, but I usually go hands up, but that doesn't give me very much. Give me thumbs up if you got this. Thumbs down if you didn't. Sideways if you're like, bleh. But you got some of it? Okay, so I'll explain it again. We're going to do this problem in reverse. Actually, let me go similar problem, okay? We're going to do this problem in reverse. Instead of going this way, we're going to go the other way because they gave us the graphs. So we're going to take the value of 2, and we're going to figure out what the f value is there, okay? So here's my f function. Let's find 2. 1, 2. What's the value of x here? Or sorry, the value of y. When x is 2, the y value is 0. You're correct. I said it wrong. So y is 0, so that's going to go into the g function. Let's go over to g now. Let's find 0. What's the value of y here? Oh, did I do the same one? My bad. Okay, so what's the value of y when x is 0? 1, 2, 3, 4. -4. So what we're going to plug in here is? Math survivor.
Who's getting voted off the island?
No one. You will all win this game.
What's the point of survivor?
Who's gonna be the one person that tries to stab me in the back?
I hate that.
I only watch
That's not a hand I'm patting your back with. Everyone cool with, oh sorry, 8? Okay. The tables give some selected ordered pairs for some functions. So this is f of x, this is g of x. So it's the same idea, but this time we don't even really care about this one because it's going to go f of f, right? So if x is 6, here's 6, the value of f is 4, right? So let's plug that 4 back into the f function. Oh, if x is 4, then y is 7. And then that becomes 7. Want to see it again? Because I could do a similar one. got 9. Not this one? Yes, do this one?
Yeah.
Let's see, it says, express the given function as a composition of two functions. So that, of f and g, so that h of x equals fog x, and where one of the functions is x squared. Well, they just gave us the answer, right? They want one of the functions. We'll call it f of x is x squared minus 2, correct? Well, that's everything on the inside of that radical.
Wait, why x squared?
Oh, x to the 5th. It's because I don't know how to write 5s. X to the 5th minus 2. So we'll call the other function g of x, and we'll make it the 8th root of x. Okay? Well, it doesn't say which one of them. I'm going to try it this way. I did it backwards. I know what you're thinking. We should call them the other way. But let's see what they say, okay? So we're calling f x to the 5th minus 2. It does want it the other way. How ridiculous. Because it does want it to go f of g, right? So that would be the main function. All right. So then this would be, where's the 8th root? Here we go. Root, 8th root of x. And then the other one would be,
X to the 5th minus 2.
yeah, but I gotta plug in though real quick. X to the 5th minus 2.
Wait.
There you go. Okay. How are we on time? Oh, I can do one. I can do the last one here. This one? A factory smokestack emits a pollutant that disperses horizontally over circular area. Let T represent time in hours. Since the factory began emitting population, so that the radius of the circle of the population is RT. So R of T is equal to 6T, and A of R is equal to pi R squared. Find A of R. So A of R. So here's what's happening. Here's A, which is the main function, right? And A needs to become A of R, which is pi R squared. And what is the value of R? 6T. So 6T goes in there. And there's our value. I'm going to just call this 36. That's not a 6. 36. Can I punch pi? There's pi. Pi T squared. That's it. Thanks. I tried. All right, cool. Get your exit tickets done, please. No, it's Fairland 03. Don't ring to 910.
We already did it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, is there a way to get our grades up, like, without getting the tests done? Like, 'cause we don't have tests every week.
Those are the big chunks of your grades. You can do all the homework you want. It's not going to budge your grade money.
I know.
Okay.
Actually, like,
80%?
80%.
Oh yeah, I know where you're at. I know where you're at.
Yeah, but if you don't do the homework, it does drop your grade. Like, it dropped my grade 2%. What would we call this?
You turn it down, too?
1.1.
What's the teacher's question?
Yes, we did.
The teacher's question is, I learned math. I'm so did every class.
I'm still confused about.
That was so.
Can I just put
soft.
that there? I'm still confused about.
And be specific, please.
Okay, wait, what is this?
So don't be like, I'm confused with composition of functions, because you're not confused about the whole thing. There's little pieces that aren't getting you. I need to know what those small pieces are.
Can I
What
just
if I got
number
it?
the question on the homework and like tell you which one?
Yeah, but what part of it?
I have a question. What if I got it?
Oh, chances are, like, I couldn't tell you what part. It just, I don't get one part.
Which one is? What if I got it?
And numbers don't help me very much. I'm not gonna go back in.
Mr.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What if I got it?